Oh, hey y'all, welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you've been here before. If you read the title or saw that thumbnail, then you know what we'll be making today. So let's just hop on into the video. So I'm gonna start by saying this is not a traditional YouTube video. This is gonna be what I did and what you can do if you want to recreate this top. So I'm testing this out and hopefully it goes good or goes well, whichever one flows. So I have my crochet hook, some scissors, I have my notes, of course, and I have 2 colors of yarn. So there's gonna be a checker piece, so you get your 2 pieces of yarn, and I have my top A. Oh my gosh, my top A, so cute. I love it. But this is what we're gonna be making, a checkerboard top. Top A, I already have that done. I'm just gonna work on top B. So for this piece, I'm using 2 shades of brown. I'll be using my darker piece to start, so that'll be my chain. So for this piece, since it's worked from the bottom up, you're going to chain in multiples of 4 plus 1. So we're doing 4 spaces by 2 rows to make a perfect square. So again, we're going to chain in multiples of 4 plus 1. For my top, I had chained 29, but you can chain as many or as least as you want to. I suggest kind of going with the flow of your butts. So chain in multiples of 4, then putting it across your chest and see what fits you. So once you have your chain completed, we're going to place a double crochet in the 3rd space from the hook and the next 2. Then we'll begin to change our color. So you can go in with whatever color changing method you're used to, but for this piece we'll be carrying our yarn. So this is how I do my color changing, and we're just going to work with our lighter shade for 4 rows. Then we'll alternate and go back to our darker shade. So since we are carrying our yarn, it should be pretty easy for you just to grab that color when you need it. So I'll meet you back once we're at the end so I can show you what to do from that point. So now we've made it to the end. A very important thing to note is on odd rows, you will not carry over your lighter shade or your second color because we won't need it to start off the row. But for even rows, you will carry over that yarn, and I will show you how we'll do that. So now that row 1 is done, we'll go to row 2, and for every row we'll start by chaining 1, and at the beginning of every single row we're going to decrease. So you can go with whatever method of decreasing you're familiar with, but I double crochet 2 together. So another thing to note is, since we didn't carry over our secondary color, you'll be stuck with this little section. But it's an easy fix. When you're making your double crochet, you just want to go over that piece too, or under that piece too, and then continue your stitch as normal. So the completion of an even row also means that we're done with a row of checker blocks. So since we are done with our first row of checker blocks, we'll have to carry over our secondary color and start our 3rd row or the next section of odd rows with that next color. So since we carried over that yarn, we'll want to end our row by pulling up that color. So we'll have our chain 1 and be with the secondary color. We're going to turn, and when you turn, make sure you catch that primary color. And now we can do our double crochet 2 together and complete this row. So I'm going to work a few more rows, and once I meet you back, I'll show you what to do if you have 2 spaces or 1 space of any given color left. So since this was the end of an odd row, for our even row, we'll just continue with this color, and we're just going to double crochet 2 together or whatever decrease method you're used to, and we're going to continue this row as normal. But here we are ending an even row, so we're going to carry over that secondary color, but we're going to complete this row as normal. Then pull up your secondary color and work your 2 double crochet together. So since the only 2 spaces you had are used to double crochet 2 together, you're just going to pull through your primary color and then continue to work the row as normal. So I just finished showing you what to do when you have 2 spaces left. Now I'm going to show you what to do when you only have 1 space left. So since we are ending this row with only 1 space of our secondary color left, we are going to carry over that primary yarn, and we're just going to work this row as normal, doing our double crochet 2 together at the beginning and working the rest of the row. So we've reached the end of an even row, but we only have 1 space left. Since that space is our secondary color, we'll continue to work that, and we'll pull that over to the next row. And since our primary color is so close to the end, we'll just work over that like we'll do any other time, and then we'll complete this row as normal. So I showed you what to do anytime you reach 1 space or 2 spaces left of any given color, primary or secondary. So when I come back, I'll show you what to do at the top. Since that is no longer checkered, that is the end of our piece and the beginning of our straps. So we'll end off this last row of checkers by color changing to our secondary color, chaining 1, turning, and double crocheting 2 together. You're going to cut off that primary color, leaving a decent lintel so we can weave that in at the end. But yeah, for the remainder of this piece, all we'll do is chain 1, turn, double crochet 2 together at the beginning, and finish that. Now we've reached the point where we only have 2 spaces left. I'm just going to double crochet 2 together in those spaces, and then we'll begin to chain. For my chain, I chained 61, but you can chain as many or as least as you need. For the last 2 rows, you can also change back to your primary color if you want to, but I didn't do that since our primary color will be our back straps, so I wanted to add in that secondary color a bit more. Once I reach the end of my chain, I'm just going to cut off that yarn and pull it through, and now we have this done. All that's left to do is weave it in, but here's our completed top. So I forgot to show it in the video, but for your back straps, you're just going to chain a chain that's long enough to wrap around you. For mine, I did 162. So now you should have your 2 pieces done, piece A and piece B. These ends, you can put them in inside, outside. I think I'm gonna leave them for the outside. So our chain, starting from the middle, we're just gonna weave it in. Just weave that in. Alright, so now I finished weaving those in. I'm just gonna adjust this how I like it. You see me. This thing is so cute, y'all. I love the shades of brown. And what I do is I like to scrunch them up at the top so it gives you like that cup fit. But I do that after I wear them, but I'm gonna do that for these right now. Because why not? Ooh, let me get my mannequin on. I'm gonna show y'all it on her. Y'all, she is every bit of little bitty titty committee. But yeah, this piece is so cute. I can't wait to see y'all remake it. Definitely #1 seller. You know, look at it.